Hey guys, it's me Kiana and welcome back to my channel. I decided since it's about to be summer, like for me in a couple of weeks, summer vacation starts. It'll be the end of my sophomore year in college. I decided I would give you guys all the contemporary books I own and whether or not I have read them. I don't even know how much books is here, but standing up stacked the way that it is, it's about to like right here, like here on this shelf, and it's about to like topple over. So I will name them. If I read them, I will give them a rating and a quick little synopsis. So let's go ahead and get started with this video. My first contemporary book is One Day in December by Josie Silva. I got this as my first pick for book of the month in December. And this is about two people, Lori and I want to say his name is Jack. Jack, they lock eyes one day in December in 2008, I want to say, and instantly she loves him. She knows he's the one, but she never gets off the bus. He never gets on. Fast forward to 2 years later, Jack is now dating Lori's best friend, and it's just years down past as, you know, whether or not they get together, how their friendship is, and I absolutely did enjoy this, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. This was actually my first time ever reading an adult romance, and I absolutely loved it. Second contemporary book I have here, I don't really know if it's considered a contemporary, but to me it is, and that is The Hate You Give by Angie Thompson. This is a Black Lives Matter movement book, and it follows a girl named Star Carter, and one night Star goes to a party but ends up leaving early with her childhood best friend Colette after shots break out, and on the way home they are pulled over by a cop. Colette is told to get out of the car, and he leans in to ask Star how she is, and the cop thinks he's going for a gun and ends up shooting and killing Colette in front of Star. And this is basically Star's journey on how she reacts to what happens afterwards. I absolutely loved this book. I loved when I went to go see the movie, and this is a 5 out of 5 stars. The third book I have is They Both Die at the End by Adam Severa. I have not read this, but from what I am told, this is about two boys, and on the day that you are supposed to die, you get a call or a text message saying you have 24 hours to live, and you can go onto this app and meet other people who are also about to die. And basically it's about two boys who are gonna die on the same day. They end up being with each other on the day that they die, and I guess they fall in love with each other. So yeah. The fourth book I have is The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. I give this a 4 out of 5 stars, and this is about a girl named Molly who has had 26 unrequited loves. She has a twin sister who I think is bisexual. She has had boyfriends, she has had girlfriends. She has 2 moms, a little brother, but basically she's never had a true boyfriend. She starts working at, I want to say, like this baby store, and she ends up starting to fall for her boss's son, but her sister Cassie is trying to hook her up with her girlfriends, one of her girlfriend's best friends, and it's basically about that. I reread this in the summer. I do not remember which month, but I absolutely did enjoy this, and I gave this a 3.5 out of 5 stars. The fifth book we have is What If It's Us by both Becky Albertalli and Adam Severa, and I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. This follows two kids, Ben and Arthur. Arthur believes in love at first sight, fate, universe, all of that, while Ben doesn't. Arthur is in New York for the summer for his mother's law firm, and he runs into Ben when Ben is at the post office dropping off a box of his ex-boyfriend stuff. And basically, the first half of this story is after that, the two are... Arthur's trying to find Ben. And then the second half is them together and, you know, the trials that they go through. And I absolutely loved when I read this, I want to say back in October. And this is, like I said, a 5 out of 5 stars. Becky and Adam need to do more books together, by the way. The sixth book we have is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. I do not know much about this, but this is a rather large contemporary. This book is about 513 pages. I know the sequel, The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and something, came out, but this follows a guy named Henry Montague, and he was born and bred to be a gentleman, but he was never one to be tamed. He wants to embark on his grand tour of Europe. His quest for a life filled with pleasure and vice is in danger of coming to an end. Not only does his father expect him to take over the family's estate upon his return, but Monty is also nursing an impossible crush on his best friend and traveling companion, Percy. So yeah, a lot of people do enjoy this. Hopefully in the summer I can at least pick this up so my summer isn't just filled with fantasy books and all of that. But yeah. The next book we have is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And this is basically about a woman named Evelyn Hugo. And I believe she is dying, or she knows that soon she is going to die. And she hires this newbie reporter to come, and she basically tells her life story. Everybody freaking loves this book, and I want to know what the hype is, so I'm gonna be reading this book either in May or June. I haven't decided yet, but I'm looking forward to it. The next book we have is P.S. I Like You by Casey West. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars, and this is about a girl named Lily who one day writes a note on the desk in her chemistry class, and the next day when she comes in, someone responded to it. So she basically starts leaving little secret letters to her secret admirer, who she doesn't know who it is, but she tries to figure it out. I love Casey West books like this, and I really enjoyed this, and I'm going to give this a reread soon. Another Casey West book we have By Your Side by Casey West, and this is about a girl named Autumn Collins, and she ends up on a Friday night getting locked in the school library with the notorious bad boy. He's been locked up, and basically within those 2 days, she gets to know him, he gets to know her, and then dealing with what happens afterwards. Are they going to stay friends? Are they not? And all of that. I enjoyed this, but not as much as I enjoyed P.S. I Still Like You, but this one got 4 out of 5 stars. The next book we have is Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. And this, of course, is a 5 out of 5 stars. We follow a guy named Simon. And Simon is gay, but not everyone knows. Not even his best friends know. And he starts corresponding with this guy named Blue, who he does not know his real identity. And then one day, he forgets to log off his secret email that he uses to email Blue at the school library. And Martin finds this and basically blackmails Simon into helping him get with one of Simon's new best friends, Abby. If he helps him, Martin will keep his secret. If he doesn't, Martin will basically out him to the entire town. I absolutely love this. I tabbed this up because of how much I freaking love this. And this is, of course, a 5 out of 5 stars. The next book we have is Looking for Alaska by John Green. And I have not read this in such a long time that I forgot what the hell this is about. If I remember correctly, it follows like a trio, Miles, who goes to Culver Creek boarding school and meets Alaska Young. And basically, like, he falls in love, and it takes place. We get an insight of when he meets her, how they're friends, which is called Before, and then After, which is when something bad happens to Alaska. Basically, she's killed, and they think it's her fault because she's supposedly drunk. I love this when I read this so long ago, but I do need to do a reread, like, pretty soon. And the last contemporary book that I own is Fame, Fate, and the First Kiss by Casey West, and I ended up giving this a 3 out of 5 stars. This is about a girl named Lacey, and she is on her first ever movie sets, but basically things are starting to go missing, and she feels like someone's starting to set her up. While she's dealing with that, she's currently living with her father, and her father wants her to focus more on schoolwork instead of focusing on the movie. So he hires her this goody boy called Donovan, and she ends up falling for him, like all of Casey West's freaking books. But I did not enjoy this as much as I have enjoyed other books. I felt like this was rushed. It should have been at least either a little bit longer, or she should have cut out other parts. I do like how she added some of the script in it. Let's see, can I find an example? Like how we have seen like the scenes and all that. But the ending was rushed when we found out who was doing this stuff to Lacey and why. But yeah. So those are all the contemporary books that I own. Some I have read, some I have not read, but I'll be leaving here 2 videos I honestly feel you guys should go check out. Do not forget that I post Mondays and Thursdays, and I will see you guys hopefully really, really soon with a new video. Bye, guys.